here in Hollywood, the show business capital of the world, home to many of your favorite courtroom dramas. But the one that got all the attention today was in Delaware. The high-profile trial of Hunter Biden ended badly for Hunter. He was found guilty on all 3 counts. His father did a terrible job of rigging this. Hunter was convicted on 3 felony gun charges, which means he's now only 31 felonies away from being the Republican nominee for president. But it's bad news for the Bidens. The president put out a statement that said, "I am the president, but I am also a dad. I will accept the outcome of this case and will continue to respect the judicial process as Hunter considers an appeal. Jill and I will always be there for Hunter and the rest of our family with our love and support. Nothing will ever change that." Same thing Trump would say about Eric in this situation. You know, Hunter now faces up to 25 years in prison. The sentencing date has not been set. Maybe they should, you know what? They should let Trump and Hunter sentence each other. Wouldn't that be fun? I got a number in my hand. You got a number in your hand. They did more or less get in trouble for the same thing. They both filed phony paperwork. Hunter lied on his application to buy a gun. Trump falsified business records. The only difference is one of them was on crack when it happened. At the White House yesterday, the Bidens hosted a party in honor of Juneteenth. And I think it's important to remember that not only is Joe Biden the oldest president we've ever had, he's also the whitest.
Today's a new day, but there is no sunshine.
Come on, I gotta tell you.
Nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night.
It's Juneteenth, y'all.
Today's a new day,
I need to see y'all party.
but where are my blue skies?
I need to see some black folk party on the grass. Come on, let me see you party on the grass.
It's alright.
I need to see some black folk on the grass.
Maybe he thought he was dancing. I don't know. Maybe he's doing the mannequin. That's a new... It looked like the edible just kicked in really hard. Of course, Fox News, of course, had a field day with that video. Here's the thing about Fox News. When Biden behaves like a mummy, it's because he's too old and feeble. But when he's sharp, it's because he's on drugs. It's the same thing Trump does with the election. He lays the groundwork for losing so that if he loses, it wasn't his fault. Now, Fox is using the same formula to tee it up for when Trump loses the debate.
I think we'll see the return of Jacked Up Joe. Whatever Joe drank, ate, took before the State of the Union, maybe it was just Red Bull and caffeine pills, I don't know. Whatever it was, that was not the normal Joe. We never saw it before, and we haven't seen it since. But we will see it for the debate.
Right, and Trump will have his usual pre-debate meal of chicken fried and Adderall before the... Can you imagine this idea that somehow Red Bull gives you super mental acuity all of a sudden? I mean, if that was true, every guy working overnight security in the parking lot at a carnival would be in Mensa. Our former president, you know, the orange one, had a virtual meeting with the New York City Department of Probation yesterday. A source described it as uneventful and lasting less than 30 minutes, which same way Stormy Daniels described sex with him. But these interviews are, you know, they're standard for every criminal in New York, and they typically ask basic questions about where they live, their employment history, which must have been funny. Trump explaining his resume. Let's see, I bankrupted a few casinos. I hosted a game show with Meatloaf. Oh, and I was president of the United States. In case you haven't already received an unwanted email or text from me, I should inform you that on Saturday, I'm interviewing Presidents Biden and Obama together at a fundraising event here in L.A., which is a fact that has made the team at Fox News very upset. They had a big beach bash weekend outside of Martell's Lobster House in Point Pleasant, New Jersey this weekend. They all had thoughts on this subject, including Judge Jeanine Pirro, who weighed in on what I think is a very interesting idea.
Your thoughts on whether or not President Trump, you think he would accept Jimmy Kimmel invitation to debate Joe Biden in a late-night setting like that?
Donald Trump would go into the lion's den and poke the lion. He's willing to go anywhere, anytime, anyhow, okay? So Jimmy Kimmel's the least of his worries.
You know, he is stupid enough to go into a lion's den and poke a lion. So, I mean, Let's do it. Great. I would love to moderate. We don't even need Joe Biden. It could just be me and Trump. And I mean, I never thought I'd say this. I like the way you're thinking, Judge Janine. Let's make this happen. Question number one. Mr. Former President, what is Melania's middle name? This is pretty great. Dr. Phil, who on our show at least described Trump as a liar, who is probably a pathological narcissist, for some reason is now buddying up to him. Or maybe he isn't. Maybe he's secretly screwing with him because, now listen closely to the name of the researcher he mentions while he is trying to convince Trump not to be a vengeful dictator.
This revenge thing there's a lot of research, and Dr. James Kimmel at Yale has done this research and seen neurologically in the brain that there's an addiction to revenge, just like to opioid or whatever.
He's like, did he just say what I think he said? Not many people know this. In my free time, I do research at Yale. This, by the way, is the Yale Dr. James Kimmel. Look at this. Everything Dr. Phil touches turns bald. Trump was here in Southern California this weekend, shaking down the MAGA faithful, some of which lined up to watch him go by in the wealthy little town of Newport Beach.
We don't want our government to decide who we're going to vote for. We want to be able to decide for ourselves. You see any country where the people want a certain person and they try to impersonate him, that's a red flag.
That's right. You can't impersonate a guy who's running for president. I mean, for God's sake, it's not even a word. Fiberace was also in Vegas this weekend where he said so many incomprehensible things, including this diatribe about sharks, which you've probably seen. But this time I want you to pay attention to the guy on the left side of your screen as Trump tries to make a connection between shark attacks and the batteries on electric-powered boats.
I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery's now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Do you notice that? A lot of shark. I watched some guys justifying it today. Well, they weren't really that angry. They bit off the young lady's leg because of the fact that they were not hungry, but they misunderstood who she was.
He's like, am I having heat stroke? Is this... And if there's anything that voters in the middle of the desert in Las Vegas are worried about, it's electric boats and shark attacks. You know, Trump famously watched Shark Week during one of his interludes with Stormy Daniels. She said he is obsessed with sharks, and so we thought, why not give the little ones a treat and do this?
Baby shark, do, baby shark, do, baby shark, do, baby shark, mommy shark, do, mommy shark, do, mommy shark, do, mommy shark, daddy shark, bing bing bong bong, daddy shark, bing bing bong bong, daddy shark, bing bing boom, daddy shark. Stupid shark. Ding, ding.
Loser.
Shark. Bing. Sleepy shark. Bing, bing, bong, bong. Fat pig shark.
It's the song of the summer. The song of the summer. That could replace YMCA. All right, now, one of my favorite traditions here at the show, something I look forward to all year, is something that we're going to do tonight. Less than 2 weeks ago, a new champion was crowned at the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
Your first word is Brouette.
Brouette.
Adelantado.
Adelantado.
Hypercheme.
Hyporcheme.
Bicelium.
Biscellum.
SHOWOFF. I mean, that is 12-year-old Bruhut Soma. Bruhut is here with us tonight. There he is, waiting for me backstage. Look at him. Oh, that's a stone-cold killer right there. And when we come back from break, we're going to take a commercial break. Bruhut had better be able to spell like hell because he's about to do battle with me in the 18th annual Jimmy Kimmel Live Spelling Bee. We will be right back with that.